Hi guys. The audience in the hall, can you guys listen to my voice clearly? Yes, yes. Okay, so good morning everyone. In this Sunday morning, we have a little, not a little, we have a sharing session with
Great sharing session.
yeah, with someone special. He's an amazing person though.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
His name is Mr. Philip. So, hi, Mr.
Hello,
Philip.
good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Um, okay, let me introduce ourselves. My name is Parisa, and this is my partner. His name Whary, and we are here going to our moderator for this sharing session.
Yeah.
Firstly, I will say a very big thank you for Mr. Philip because already give your time to fill this sharing session.
Glad I could join. Thank you.
Oh my God. And then maybe firstly we are going to say sorry if we kind of have a broken English.
We are not that good.
Yeah, we're not that good. Sorry for that. And yeah.
Okay, for the participant, let me introduce Mr. Philip to you. So his name is Philip Whary. He is an English trainer. Mr. Philip has worked as a private corporate trainer more than 5 years, teaching business English cross-cultural communication. Prior, he worked just over 7 years at Sekolah Tunas Muda in Jakarta as an English Visual Arts Diploma and MYP and Design Technology MYP Product Design teacher and staging director. At English Friends Jakarta, he has taught business English for corporates, conversation class, English for aviation, and test preparation class. He has also been a guest star for A Day with Foreigner, for English for kids classes at English Friends, and also for Outing with Foreigner. And his education, illustration BA Hons in specialist graphic design degree, University of Hertfordshire, USA, June 2010 until October 2015. Industrial Design Technology, Associate in Specialized Technology degree, Art Institute of Pittsburgh, USA, July 1996 until December 1998. High School Diploma, Highland View Academy, Hagerstown, MD, USA, 1998 and 1993, until 1996.
Okay.
Okay, that's all. Um,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. So without wasting our
yeah. So without
time,
wasting our time,
yeah, because we don't have that much time, let's just hear
the
the
materials from Mr.
Mr.
Philip. Time is yours.
All right. Is it okay if I share screen? Okay. Let me go ahead and pull up my materials and let me share screen with you guys. Okay. All right. So share a little bit about learning English or using English. I think many of you, like you said before, you're concerned about your broken English, yeah? But actually we'll look at how it's already doing well and how you can make some improvements on that. But also, just so you guys understand, just because I'm a native speaker doesn't mean my English is perfect, yeah? So don't think that you're comparing yourself against perfection, yeah? Even in the United States and through the UK and Australia and all the other native English speaking countries, there's still many, many people who don't necessarily have perfect English either. And I think you guys can see that also in your area of the number of people that you know that speak perfect Indonesian. How many people do you know that speak perfect Indonesian? Maybe not so many? So the same thing happens also in our language, yeah? So don't feel so shy. Don't feel so concerned that, oh, my English isn't perfect. It's okay, because it also happens there also. So first thing first, let's look at some things. So learning English, obviously we have language skills and language system. So language skills, speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Where the system itself, if we start looking into the mechanics of it, then we see vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation, which, you know, if we're speaking, obviously the biggest one to really worry about or to give emphasis to really is pronunciation. Yeah. Different with English than Indonesian is our language is made up of 3 different languages, which means that we have 3 different types of pronunciation. And so we have to learn each word one by one. So instead of saying, okay, we have, like, for example, my name, Philip, yeah, Philip. So, P and the H, so pa, h, right? But actually, when we look at it, the P and H put together makes the F sound. So we have some differences in pronunciation from Old English to French English to Latin English. So these are the 3 languages kind of shoved in there together, and it kind of changes the pronunciation of each word. So we have to kind of learn one by one as we go, which it makes it really tiring, sometimes confusing, but it's okay, you'll get there, yeah? But it is important because, like, for example, I still remember one of the conversations with my wife, and she, when we first got married, she said, hey, let's go watch that new film that's out. And I was like, okay, which film? Benjamin Button. I'm thinking to myself, oh, Bhutan, okay, Bhutan sounds like rambutan. And then we have, you know, I'm thinking, oh, is it an Indonesian film? No, it's not an Indonesian film at all. And so I'm confused with her. We you know, whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure, okay, but I didn't really understand. And then later we got to the place and she's like, this movie. Oh, Benjamin Button, right? So totally different in pronunciation, but actually the same words, but I didn't understand. So pronunciation can be a big part, yeah, when we're looking at speaking. So grammar, we'll get there, yeah, but pronunciation is a key aspect. So are you learning English or are you using English? And the reason why we like to ask this question is we can study, but if we don't use it, it doesn't become us, yeah? It doesn't become our skill. It doesn't become something that we put effort into and then have the ability to use it. So we want to use English. It's good to learn it, but if we're not using it, we're going to lose it or never gain it, yeah? So we have to use any language that we're trying to study. So first thing first, what is the purpose of English? Yeah, why do we use English? Yeah, can anyone answer that question? Why do we use English? Anyone? Who would like to answer?
Yes.
Okay, why do we use English?
So, in front of
Okay, can someone give her a mic? I can't quite hear.
why we do why we're learning English, because English is an international language, so we have to learn it.
Okay, that's one good reason, yeah? We study English because it's an international language, yeah? And with that, what is the benefit of being able to speak English? What good is it? What good is it for us to use English? What does it do? Anyone?
We can talk to
Go ahead, keep going.
people that different from our country.
Exactly. We can communicate. The whole purpose of any language is to communicate, yeah? So even sometimes we communicate. I think you've probably seen it on the street. We see some of the poor people sitting on the sidewalk. They don't even have to talk to us, but they communicate, right? Right? Meaning that what? They're hungry. They want some food, yeah? Communication happens in all sorts of different ways. And we use English as a method to communicate. So it's all about communication. It's not really about how perfect your language is, but it's all about communication. So the nice thing is, though, and this is the cool part of English, is when we're talking face to face, there's some grace behind it, yeah? Meaning that it doesn't matter if you make a mistake, because face to face talking with someone, the other person can ask you questions, or they understand because it's in context. You know, if you were to look over to your friend and say, "I'm hungry," yeah, we think, "Oh, that's horrible grammar. What do you mean, I'm hungry? Where's the verb?" Right? No verb, no sentence. But if we say, "I'm hungry," everyone understands. I'm hungry. I want to eat. Right? So we understand, even though the grammar isn't good, or maybe the structure isn't right. Yeah. If any of you like to watch Star Wars, sometimes we watch Yoda. Yeah. And his sentence structure seems a little strange. You know, he's like, "Hungry I am," you know, and you listen to him and you think, "Whoa, that's weird." But we understand what he's trying to say. So face to face, there's a lot of grace in it. We don't have to stress out when we're talking to people face to face, because being there, if they don't understand, they can always say, "Sorry, can you say that again?" Or, "Do you mean?" And they can clarify what you're trying to communicate. So you don't have to stress out from it, right? Just talk. It's okay. Now, the one key, though, is, like I said before, pronunciation. If you can pronounce the words properly, even though the grammar is bad, you can still communicate well with other people. Yeah. So increasing your vocabulary and knowing how to pronounce those words will make a big difference. And I think you'll find it a lot more easy and more interesting if you just practice. Okay. So tips to improve your fluency. Okay. Number one, set a goal. Okay. Set a goal. Do you want to improve your introductions? Do you want to be better at giving a presentation? What is your goal? What are you pushing yourself for? Yeah. Set that goal, but make sure that you can take small steps. Okay. So don't push yourself going like, "Okay, I want to be an intermediate English student in 2 days." You know, it's not going to happen. Okay. It takes time. You've got to give yourself a realistic goal with a good timeline. Yeah. Maybe your English is elementary. Okay. So push for pre-intermediate level. Give yourself maybe 3 months or 6 months to get there, and then really work towards that goal. Yeah. Second is find a routine. Okay. If you're not giving a time schedule, if you're not writing it in your day planner or putting it on your calendar on your phone, going, "Okay, every 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm going to read a book for an hour," or for every time at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm going to search and listen to a podcast. Yeah. You have to have a routine. You have to push through with it. And the more time, the better. You know, the more time, the better. Number three, and I love to say this one for so many different things, is allow yourself to fail. Okay. It's okay. Just tell yourself, if I make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Oddly enough, even myself, as a native speaker, I make mistakes. Yeah. When I'm writing out, if I want to write a short story or I'm writing a letter for someone, I have to go back and read it myself. I have to make sure that I edit it. It's okay. I'm trying to get the concept out there first, and then I go back and clean it up. That's natural. That's the system. That's how it works. We're human. Yeah. So allow yourself to fail. Allow yourself to make mistakes. it's okay. Yeah. If you've got friends that make fun of you because you make mistakes, find new friends. It's okay to make mistakes. Yeah. Don't push, and say, I have to be perfect. If I can't do it perfect, I'm not going to do it at all. You can't move forward that way. You have to allow yourself to make mistakes. How many of you learned how to ride a bicycle? Can anyone here ride a bicycle? Can you ride a bicycle? Anyone? Only a few? Okay. Did you ride a bicycle on day one? Did you just pump up the tires and get on the bike and zoom, take off down the road? Or did you fall a few times? You falled a few times, right? It's okay if you fall. The same thing in English. It's okay if you make mistakes. Allow yourself to make those mistakes. Number 4, connect with the culture. English has its own culture. Indonesian has its own culture. And when we understand that with the language comes a culture, then we can say, okay, maybe I don't like the culture, but I can learn about it, right? Maybe I don't agree with what they do, but I can learn about it. And then when you start to learn about the culture, you gain interest. And as you gain interest with English, you will then make progress. And you'll have something of interest to talk to with those that are native speakers. Yeah. Some of your topics that you might speak about in Indonesian, we don't always speak about in English. They're not in our culture. So finding things that are interesting in our culture means that when you talk with a native speaker like myself, suddenly they're interested to also talk with you because you've met them in their culture. Number 5, reading. And I can't express this more, okay? Read, 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 and read, okay? Nothing better than reading. The reason why, as we read, subconsciously our mind copies the text and puts it in our head like a copy-paste system. And it's not long when you go to talk about something, your brain is like, hey, you read that yesterday. You say it like this, and boom, it pops out. Yeah. So you read, and then your brain says, okay, that's the structure. That's how you say it. Oh, with room, it's in. With basketball court, it's on. With the soccer field, on. Oh, okay. So next time when you go to talk about the soccer field, you're like, yeah, we're on the field now. Oh, on. Where did that come from? Because you read it. It sticks in your head. Okay. So read, 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 and read. And it doesn't matter what level. If you feel that your English level isn't that good, and you're like, man, every time I open the book, like I read the dictionary more than I read the book. This isn't fun anymore. And you throw the book in the corner. Find an easier book. It's okay. Maybe one of you have a little brother or a little sister, or maybe you've got a nephew, or maybe you've got a little kid down the street that's very young, 3, 4, 5 years old. Grab a book and read him a book. Just call him over. Here, come here. I want to read to you. Look at this book. It's really fun. And read to him. And even though that's a kid's book, it gives you grammar. It gives you prepositions. And it shows you language structure. And it's not long. You copy that into your head and your English gets better automatically. You've done nothing but read. Yeah. So reading is a really good tool. Don't forget to read. Okay. Another way is documentary, vlogs, and TED Talks. Now, maybe you haven't watched any TED Talks, but if you're studying science or you're studying humanities, you're looking at business classes, there's some really cool presentations that you can search in TED Talks. And the people there are professionals. And you'll find that many of them are not native English speakers, but they do quite well. And you can learn some new vocab from them. You can learn some pronunciation. You can learn a topic while you listen in English. Documentaries are really good because the language is nice and clear. The pronunciation is good. The sentences have been thought about before someone gives them. Yeah. If you find a nice published documentary on a topic that you like, maybe it's world wars, maybe it's about how to cook something. It doesn't matter the documentary. As long as it's a documentary in English, it will have good English for you to copy. Yeah. And then if you listen to that documentary, not just once, maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times, maybe to a point that you can stand beside the video and say the same words from front to back, just like the video. It's okay. It's good for you. It gives you pronunciation. Again, it puts in there structure. It puts in there information into your head. So follow through with it. Give it a try. Okay. The next thing, how can you improve your English? Okay. Activity time. Be active and set goals to improve your English. Okay. We looked at that. Language is not only speaking, but a combination of speaking, listening, reading, writing, and includes grammar. Okay. So it's okay. Put some time into it. Use different learning styles. So grab that book. Look at those vlogs. Maybe there's someone on there showing you how to do makeup. Yeah. It's okay. Watch a vlog on makeup and then decide, okay, I want to do a vlog of my own using the same words that he or she used, and make your own. Then you're actually really learning and applying. Yeah. Give it a try. Okay. Improving your speaking. Okay. So listening and reading out loud. Okay. Probably one of the hardest things to do is for us to read a book out loud, but it's good for us because if we can read it at a good pace, then it means later when we go to talk, we could actually speak faster. Okay. Another way is writing. Yeah. When you write, you can check and see where your structure and grammar mistakes are at. You can go back and check those. You can evaluate them. And you begin to learn about what you need to improve yourself, and you can be more conscious. Networking and making friends. How many of you have a video game or some social media on your phone that you have contact with someone else around the world? Anyone? Okay, good. Make contact with them. Chat with them. Yeah, it's practice. Yeah. Greeting people on the streets. Now, maybe where you're at, you don't see many native speakers, okay? And it's always nice to meet a native speaker in an environment that is conducive to talking, yeah? Maybe just passing by on the street as you walk by may not really be appropriate, but if they're sitting in a cafe and it seems that they're not really busy, they don't have their face in a book, you could go, hello, good morning, or good afternoon. How are you today? May I practice my English with you? Yeah. And then talk with them a little bit. It's okay. You know, we're also, if we're here in Indonesia, sometimes we get a little bit lonely as native speakers. Yeah. And sometimes we like to talk to people just to be inspired and to be able to have communications with a person that's face to face. Take that opportunity. Yeah. Another one, watch foreign movies with English subtitles. Okay. It's okay to read the subtitles to start with. Turn off the subtitles afterwards and then see if you can hear it. Okay. So listen to a movie once, twice, 3 times. It's okay. Yeah. Until you can learn the language from it. Okay. Join one-on-one conversations and common interest groups. So again, social media, maybe you have some other ways that you can find these groups. Connect with them. Improving your listening. Okay, speaking with native speakers. Those of you that like TikTok or you like Instagram, you can listen to some of those short little audios, play them over and over and over until you understand them. Yeah. Watch TV and movies. Listen to the radio. Another good one is to get a book and then buy the audio or find the audio recording of the book and listen and read together. And that way you can hear the pronunciation of each word in the book as you go. Yeah. Sometimes you can find where they're reading a book on YouTube. Yeah. So follow along as they read it. Practicing pronunciation is a good one. Joining conversation groups, yeah, online. It's okay, go for it. Just try, yeah. Proving comprehension. Obviously, you can read different books. There are a lot of study materials out there for reading comprehension. There's even like websites like Khan Academy and things like that that you can go on to, and you can read and check your answers at the end and see how your comprehension is coming along. There's so many things that you can do, really. Pronunciation is a key one, again, like I said, with speaking. So you can use some of the dictionaries that you can get on your phone, Oxford or Webster dictionaries. A lot of them have the pronunciation option next to the word if you don't know how to say it. There's some great online dictionaries that do the same thing. Audio books, as I mentioned before. There's so many things that you can do to really improve pronunciation if you try, but you have to try, yeah, moving forward. Improving grammar, again, like I said, reading, listening to others, writing and speaking, checking your pronoun to your verb. I always like doing this one with my students. So if we say John, John, the pronoun is he, right? So John is. We know because we match the pronoun with the verb. The pronoun will never steer you wrong, yeah? So Toyota, it, yeah? Toyota has, right? Or Toyota designs, Toyota makes. We know that we're using that verb 1 plus S because the pronoun is it. But as soon as we go Toyota and Honda, Toyota and Honda, is it is or is it are? What is the pronoun of Toyota and Honda? They. So if it's they, so it's are. So Toyota and Honda are in the racing industry, for example. Yeah. So we can match our subject and verbs, and checking it with your pronouns really becomes helpful. Learning and understanding parts of speech, knowing whether it's a verb, whether it's a noun, whether it's an adjective, whether it's an adverb, whether it's an article, will help you begin to identify the structure as you read also. Doing grammar exercises. I think you guys do these a lot in school, but it's good to pay attention to them. Yeah, it's good to pay attention to them. All right, and improving your reading. My first thing would be start reading with a book at your level. If you spend half the time reading your book with the dictionary, the book is probably too hard to start with. It's okay, right? Remember, we're setting goals. We're trying to learn English, not prove that we're smart, okay? Because if we try to prove that we're smart, we'll find that we make a lot of mistakes. But if we're honest with ourselves and we come back and we say, okay, it's all right. I'm still reading The Wimpy Kid. It's okay. Read The Wimpy Kid. No big deal, right? It can be fun. Even though, well, it's, you know, it's only for like 6th grade or 7th grade, and you know, I'm older than that. It's okay. It's okay. If you enjoy the book, read the book. You know, I've got some books that I purchased for my son. I've read the books. They're still interesting. The English is really easy, you know, and I'm like breezing through the book, but the story is nice. It's still reading. It's okay. Yeah. So pick a book that matches, something that you're only catching maybe 1 or 2 new words per page. That's a good level of book for you. Okay. And search until you find it. Even if it ends up being like Dr. Seuss, it's okay. Read it. Enjoy it. You know, maybe it's Green Eggs and Ham. It's a book. It's okay. Enjoy it. Yeah. And you'll find that you start picking up a lot of things when reading. Writing, obviously with writing, we can look at a lot of practice things that are out there. You can find exercises and then good examples that go with it. Your language books, I'm sure, are teaching you how to write good sentences, putting things together, but practice. You just got to practice. Give it a go. Give it a try. Think about something. Maybe you want to post something on Instagram. Write a paragraph. Post a picture with the paragraph, yeah, saying, I feel really good today. I went to the mall. I found some new shoes. They're pretty pink. They're my favorite color. I really enjoy them. It's okay. That's practicing. Post it. See how your friends respond. Yeah, just enjoy. Okay. So with that, I'll close and I'll give it back to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Philip, for the materials. That was
You're
really
welcome.
interesting things to share.
It's really a motivation to us for
Yeah.
improve our English.
I kind of feel like, oh my god, I have to improve my English.
Yeah,
Gotta practice more.
Hmm.
So for the question and answers. Yes.
Okay.
From
So,
them.
okay, so now let's enter for the question.
Maybe. The audience, do you guys have anything to ask to Mr. Philip?
Come on,
Something?
guys. Is there any question from
Any
you?
question to ask?
If there is, just raise your hand so I can see you and give the mic.
Don't be shy. You can do it. Ah, there's a hand.
Come in front of the camera so Mr. Philip can see you. Hi, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
My name is Faizara Alia, and I want to ask some questions. You already said before that we must using English in daily life if we want to improve our pronunciation.
Hmm.
But how if people around us is not using English and we want to improve our pronunciation by using it daily life?
Okay. Well, one thing you can use if you want to check your pronunciation and see how good it is. A lot of the dictionary apps today have this cool feature where you can actually click on a microphone in the app and say the word and watch it come up so you don't have to type it. And you can practice that way. You can say a word into the mic and see if the word that you're trying to say comes up. Yeah. Is a unique, interesting way for us to check our pronunciation if we have a word that we want to know. But it's always good to find some friends that want to speak English, whether it's maybe one of your teachers, whether it's maybe someone that you can call and chat with online or some other type of media. Yeah. So find a group that you can practice your English with. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Class.
Anyone else?
Anyone else who wants
Oh
to
my God,
ask?
so
Just
much. Oh, wow.
go to in front of the camera.
So, my name is Fatima, and I want to ask about what's your good experience in your life?
Good experience in my life. Be more specific. Such as?
about teaching English.
About teaching English. Okay. Um, well, I guess one of the more recent ones that I had is I had a student that needed to do an interview in Germany, if you can imagine, yeah, living in Indonesia, and he wants to interview for a job in Germany, and he was assigned to me as a student, and I got to work with him a little less than about 2 or 3 weeks. And when we first started, he was really shy in talking. He wasn't sure what he wanted to say, but his English wasn't really that bad. Yeah. And after just spending a short time with him, he was forced to take the interview because obviously the interview date was already given to him. And then when he did the interview, he came back to me and he said, you know, all the things that we talked about and all the questions that we asked and we studied together, they really did ask those questions and a few more. And I really feel that I did well. So it's nice to see that with a little bit of time and some good practice, actually people can really make a difference. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mas. Is there any other question? Raise your hand first. I'll count ya. One, two, eh. One, two, three. Bana.
Hello, Mr. Phillips. My name is
Hello.
Bana. I want to ask between learning grammar and and learning pronunciation, which one do I have to learn first? Thank you.
I would say pronunciation. The reason for that is we can make some mistakes in grammar and people can still understand us. But if you're having troubles with pronunciation, people really get confused with the words that you're trying to say. Because we remember that the subject and the object and the verb itself kind of tell us what we're looking at in conversation. But if we don't pronounce those properly, people become confused. Yeah. So if I say run, people don't understand. But if I say run, now people understand, right? So the pronunciation becomes a lot more important. And to kind of give you a story on that, a kind of a funny one, we had a Dutch teacher that was in one of the schools that I was teaching at years ago. And he came into the office, he was all upset. He's like, guys, help me. I'm trying to order my lunch and I can't order my lunch. The office boy doesn't understand me. And we're like, okay, so what are you trying to order? I want a hoot dog. I want a hoot dog. I just want a hoot dog. We're like, hoot dog? What is a hoot dog? And you know, he's talking to us as if, you know, he thinks he's saying it right. You know, a hoot dog. And about that time, the office boy comes around the corner. He's trying to find out also from us what this guy wants. And he's like, you know, the long meat sausage in a bun. And just at that time, the office boy from behind goes, oh, a hot dog. Yeah. So it's really important that we have good pronunciation. Yeah. Much more so than grammar. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would start there. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips. Give applause. Okay, there is another question. Okay, wait. I count one, two, three. Yes, one, two, three. Hah? Naila Nur Sabarina.
Hi, Mr. Phillips. My name is Naila.
Hello.
I wanna ask how if I want improve my English, but people around me not support me at all. Can you give me some advice?
Well, yeah, you have to kind of do it on your own. And it's all about you and what you think's important. And unfortunately, at your age, it's really hard to find um, that special closeness with people. And sometimes we have friends, but our friends don't always support us, like you say, yeah. And it's really hard to say, okay, I need to choose new friends, maybe. But maybe that's the key. You know, don't feel that you have to stay where you are. Always grow, always change, always adapt. You can always add friends to your circle. You can always find social media, for example, or forums and places to practice. Maybe you can find a pen pal somewhere else in Indonesia of someone who wants to learn English also, and you can practice with them. If you find your friends are holding you back, add some friends. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Philip.
You're welcome.
Wants to ask again. Don't forget to introduce yourself first. Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Phillips. My name is Safa Sadiko, and I want to ask you, can you tell us what your web apps or things what your favorite favorite to improve our English?
Okay. Um, my favorite apps to improve on English. Um, I think one of them, which is quite fun. You can play some of the word games, where you have like making how many words from the words that are presented. Those are always good games for you to kind of practice with. There's a, a company that makes an application called Blue Canoe. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but it also has some good vocab and pronunciation games that are inside of it. But another thing is maybe some of you are playing some of your mobile games or computer games, and with that they have some chats that are separate. Like myself, I use Discord. I don't know if any of you use Discord, but you can join communities on there and you can chat with people around the world. It's safe enough because they don't have your number. They can't really call you. They can't bug you. So it's safe to contact and talk with those people, but you get to practice. You get to listen, and you can learn a lot about the world that way. So there's many ways that you can do it. English games and other things. Yeah, just give it a try.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Come on, is there again, guys? Oh, wait. One, two, three. Yes, you, you.
Hello, Mr. Phillips. My name is
Hello.
my name is Tita. I want to ask something about grammar. Is grammar important in other countries?
Is grammar important? Grammar is important in that grammar actually gives us extra information. Yeah. When we look at English and the usage of grammar, for example, present simple. Present simple is telling us about routines and habits. So if I tell you I wake up at 6 a.m., it means it's my habit. So if you want to know if I'm going to be up at 7 o'clock, if I tell you I wake up at 6, then at 7 I will be up because I'm telling you my routine, my pattern. But if I say I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning, means it's something different. It's not my normal, and it's happened today. Or if I say I have woken up at 3 a.m. in the morning for a flight before, meaning it's an experience that I've had. So we use these different tenses to give extra information. And so it becomes important as we try to add information, but not say too much. Yeah. So instead of saying, it's my habit to wake up at 4 a.m., very long sentence. I can just say, I wake up at 4 a.m. And so the grammar then begins to tell its own story. So it is important, but the first thing first is to communicate your concept, to share your idea. We do that first, and then we make it better. Yeah. So one thing at a time.
Thank you, Mister.
You're welcome.
Gimana, Pak? Who wants to ask for the next question? Let me in 1, 2, 3. Nessa. Hello, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
So my name is Nessa, and I'm gonna ask. Thank you for your method and idea for improving English, but most of your idea is based with application and online things. And currently, we're in boarding school, and it's kind of hard to access internet. So, do you have any more idea that we can use so we can still prove our English, but in here without internet?
Okay. Without internet. Okay. Well, I think if you turn around and you look at all these other lovely ladies here to your left or to your right, look to your right. Do you see to your right? You see all those people? Those people will help you learn English. Yeah. It's my request. Yeah. All of you helping each other to improve your English. Practice together. Don't make fun of each other. Yeah. But practice, 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 practice makes perfect. If you start thinking of what you want to say, think in English. Don't just speak in English. Think in English. Think to yourself, okay, if I want to ask my friend if I can use her book, how do I ask? How do I ask? Think that in your head and then ask. Okay. So practicing. Another one, books, newspapers. Yeah. Any of that. Reading is always a great way. Read with each other. Ask each other questions about things. Yeah. Interacting with each other is probably the best way if you don't have connectivity with the internet. Yeah. Maybe the other thing, maybe you could rent some videos. Maybe you have some access to some DVDs and you guys can watch the same DVD 10, 20 times until maybe as a group you can act out part of the movie as a good way to practice your English. Have some fun with it. Play some games. It's okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Philip.
You're welcome.
Okay, next question. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Macha's group.
Hello, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
I kind of want to ask this from your experience in teaching English so far. What is the
Mhm.
hardest part in teaching English?
The hardest part for the students or the hardest part for me?
For you.
For me. Um, the hardest part for me is finding materials that I think are what they need for today. Trying to find something that's relevant to my students sometimes is difficult. We have a lot of business English books. We have a lot of books for kids, but those books sometimes are a little bit old. They're a bit outdated, and my students have different interests. So trying to find things that interest my students, I find probably the most difficult. Um, but other than that, you know, English is the same at every level. Beginner's English, pre-intermediate, intermediate, advanced English. English doesn't change. Spoken English, written English, it's we don't change it. There's formal, there's informal, but other than that, it's always the same. So it's quite easy in terms of teaching. It's just about finding content that has interest to the students. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Philip.
You're welcome.
Okay, anyone else? One, two, three. Hah? Oh ya, Ciasa.
Test. Hello, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
My name is Jasa. So I want to ask if I want to start reading an English storybook, should I
Mhm.
start with a novel or with a comic?
I would recommend starting with a novel. The reason why I recommend novels over comics is just because the sentence structure is better. Like instead of having short sentences and short phrases that we see so often in comic books, you get more of a storyline, you get more details, you see how to describe things. Um, you look at reported speech. There's so many aspects in a novel that we don't find in the comic books. So personally, I recommend reading novels. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Is there any question? Alia, introduce yourself first ya.
Yes.
Hi, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
I want to ask, do you have any book recommendation for us to read, like some kind of novel from a specific author?
Hmm. Not really, to be honest, because obviously each of you have your own interest. Whether it's action, whether it's adventure, whether it's drama, maybe even it's romance. Um, just pick a book that is published either from the U.S. or published from England. Would probably be my recommendation. If you look at the publisher of Penguins, you can find there's a published name called Penguins. And you'll find that there's a lot of easy read books with a lot of interest that are published by that author or that publishing house. It's really up to you as to what you want to read. As long as it's been published properly in the US or in the UK, the standard of English is going to be good. It's been edited and it's good for you to read. Yeah, so it could be Harry Potter, it could be How to Train Your Dragon, it could be The Wimpy Kid, it could be so many more that are out there. It's okay, just grab one, read it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mister.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Give applause. Is there any other question? Raisha.
Hello, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
My name is Syifa, and I want ask if I go to other country that use English as their mother language, and I have a problem with my grammar, will that thing gonna be a big problem?
Technically, it shouldn't be, unless you're trying to have a really in-depth conversation with someone. I don't really see it being a big problem. Yeah. You also have to remember that when you go to a native-speaking country and people see you, they say, "Oh, okay, this person looks like a foreigner." Maybe they don't speak English as their first language. The sensitivity level drops. Like how they respond to you is going to be different. They're going to expect a few mistakes. So if you make some mistakes, it's okay. It's not like they're going to be angry with you. Like, these foreign people, they always make mistakes in English. I don't want to talk to them. It's not going to happen. Yeah. So just relax, talk to people. It's okay. I remember when I was working in the US, I had a customer come in with a piece of equipment to be repaired back when I was working as a mechanic for a while. And the guy was from Mexico. Now, we understand that in Mexico, they speak Spanish, yeah? So he came into the shop and I said, "Can I help you?" And he was like, "Yes." "What's wrong?" "No." What do you want me to fix?" "Yes." "Okay. Do you have it with you?" "No." Right? And the reason being is the only thing he could say was yes and no. And I really had to work hard with him to get his name and his phone number so that I could try to fix his piece of equipment. But he ended up having to call a friend from the car that could speak a little better English. And we just took time. Like, I wasn't angry. I wasn't upset. Like, oh my gosh, this guy from Mexico, he can't speak English. Why is he in my shop? He's just giving me headache. I don't want him here. I didn't feel like that at all. And most native speakers are just like me. They're willing to talk with you. Just enjoy. Don't stress out. It's okay if you make some mistakes.
Thank you, Mister.
You're welcome.
Next question
Okay.
in 1, 2, 3. Nah. The Hanum. Tes tes. Hello, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
My name is Hanum, and I want to ask. I'm curious. Do you have an experience of talking to a native speaker? And if you do, where are they from?
Do I have experience talking with native speakers, meaning from somewhere other than where I come from? Is that right? Yeah, I get a chance to speak with a lot of native speakers. I have some friends that are from Australia. My brother-in-law actually is from Australia. I had some friends and colleagues that I worked with that were from England. I had another friend that was from Scotland. I have an Irish friend also. Hers is quite interesting to listen to her pronunciation. But yeah, I get to speak with a lot from time to time.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's enough for the question
From
from the participants.
participants.
I really like your enthusiasm and curiosity, how to
Learn
learn English, like improve your skills. Is really good. I really appreciate it. Okay, now let's move to next. We have it's about your experiences.
Yeah.
Bunda, Bunda.
Oh, oh my god.
Okay,
Okay.
can you guys unstable connection?
I'm sorry for the unstable connection.
Can you?
It's all good. I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good. Okay, now let's move to another session. It's like talk show. We will give you some question, but isn't a material question. I think it's more for experiences. Your
Your
experiences.
experiences.
Okay, ask.
Yeah, so the most general thing first, like I think all of us really wanted to know, how did you end up being in Indonesia? Like, how do you know Indonesia?
Okay, a good question. A good question, because when I was your age and I studied geography, um, what was in our books for geography said Dutch East Indies. Yeah. So learning about Indonesia was something quite new to me. I was actually on a special website looking to meet people from around the world that were linked with my belief system. And I managed to find a lady that was here in Indonesia, and we started talking. And I spoke with her from February until about June or July, and then I thought, it would be nice to go and visit Indonesia and get to know more about her. And so I started saving up for a ticket to come to Indonesia, because tickets to get here are quite expensive. If you know, from Indonesia to the United States is anywhere from 25 to 36 hours of travel time. So it's not an easy thing to get there. So I was saving up for that, and then I found out that there was a special teaching position here in Jakarta that was looking for native speakers to come and do a year of mission work. And so I thought, well, okay. And I thought about it, prayed about it, and then in the end, I decided to come and try. So I came to Indonesia in December of 2005, and I spent a year teaching English when I was here. And then not long after that, I got married, and I've lived here ever since.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
2005, that was when I born.
Yeah.
So long.
So long. It's been so long.
Okay, I want to ask, what is your general opinion about Indonesian? What do you like best from Indonesia? Can you tell us?
What do I like best about Indonesia? Um, like I like the open opportunities. I like the chance where people can try and do so many things, and if they work, it's okay. Sometimes in the culture back in the United States is we try to stay to normal ways of doing business, normal ways of, for example, selling food. You know, we don't have as many street hawkers as you guys have. We don't have people walking up and down the sidewalk going, me, I am, hey, you know, we don't have that kind of stuff where I grew up in the US. I like how people care about other people here. Like, it's not just about being nosy. It's not just like, oh, I have a neighbor and they've got a new car, I wonder what it's like. It's more of, I wonder if my neighbor's okay. I wonder if they're happy. Are they doing well? How are their children? There's a lot of interest still in people around them, and I appreciate that, because we've gotten so reserved in so many places in the U.S. that people don't always try to find out about other people just because it's culturally not cool. And so less and less people tend to know about others. But I also like how people are willing to take chances here. And other aspects I like about Indonesia, I love the scenery. Like, it's such a beautiful natural country. Yeah. And yeah, it's just, I love to travel around. I love nature, and it's a beautiful place. Yeah.
Yeah, we have so much
Different places,
different places
with
and
different
nature.
views. Yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry, nggak, sorry.
Good. And next, do you study Indonesian? Do you speak Indonesian well? Another good
Well,
question.
I speak Indonesian. I don't know if I would say I speak it well, but I do speak it. In fact, I actually teach a class on Saturdays at my church. I'm Christian. So at my church in the mornings, I have a youth class full of about 8 or 9 students, about the same age with all of you, that I also end up covering materials in Indonesian. And they seem to understand me, so I guess I do okay. Yeah.
Okay, and I also want to ask, can you speak other foreign language apart from Bahasa Indonesia?
Not really. I remember trying to learn Spanish in high school, because for us in the US, we have like a year or 2 years of mandatory foreign language. And so I tried to learn Spanish one year, and I totally failed. Like, I did horrible at it. I didn't understand. I found it was difficult. The language was too fast. The materials weren't interesting. And so I didn't do very well at it. And I think part of that is because we only have one language in the US. You know, everyone only speaks English. And to add a foreign language at that point is really difficult. And I also found it difficult when I was trying to learn Indonesian, just because you have to program your brain for one object, 2 words. And you have to departmentalize that, okay, this is an English word, this is an Indonesian word. And you guys, most of you are very, very fortunate, yeah? Maybe your parents or some of their friends or the community you're in speak other languages. And so most of you are speaking a local dialect along with your actual country's language, Indonesian. So you're already ready for English as another language, because your brain is processed for that. And mine just wasn't, and I totally failed Spanish.
Oh, I feel so bad, but maybe in any change you can
You can
learn any foreign language like Japanese, Chinese, Korean.
Well, maybe now that I can, you know, speak a second language for the most part. If I were to probably try to study Spanish again, I could probably do it now. Just because, yeah, I've done the programming. Yeah, I've had to remap my mind to be able to accept more languages, and that's another reason why you really have to keep using it. Yeah, you have to keep those neural pathways open to remember that second language. Yeah.
Okay, good point. What's the next question?
Do you have an unforgettable memories as long as you stay in Indonesia?
Do I have any unforgettable memories?
Uh,
Yeah, from time to time, various different situations have been memorable. Um, um, I've had some silly memories. I've had some awkward moments. I've had some times that um, made me feel embarrassed or upset from time to time. I've had some scary ones, like my first time experiencing an earthquake was kind of creepy. Back in 2007, I was sleeping and suddenly woke up to everything shaking, and having to then, you know, leave my home and stand in the parking lot and wait outside to make sure that the building was okay. And before we went back inside, that was a really wow situation. I wasn't expecting that. The flood in 2007 was also pretty crazy. We had really bad rains that year, and to see people using an air mattress to put their things on top of, and they were pushing their belongings on the water, walking with water up to their chest because of the flooding, trying to evacuate from their home so that they could go and find a dry place to sleep for a few days. That was pretty memorable. The little kid sitting on top of the mattress, a big box and plastic bags of clothes and stuff as they're pushing along on top of the water. I was just looking at it like, oh my gosh, this is like crazy. I had one girl. I used to ride the Metro Mini or Kapajai, if you guys know those, any at all. If you've ever been to Jakarta, probably the craziest bus ever is the Metro Mini, and you meet all sorts of people. You have people that get on begging for money. Like I had this one guy, he got on begging for money. He had a snake wrapped around his arm, and he was like trying to scare people with the snake to get money. You have people getting on with their instruments, singing songs, and they sing so horribly, you know, like out of tune. Even the guitar's not in tune, and they're like, give me money, I'm a good singer, you know. It's like, and you're just like, really, seriously. And then I've had people ask me questions on the bus, you know, and like this one girl, I remember this one distinctly. You want to talk about just a strange situation. I always ride at the back of the bus because that's the safest place on the bus, you know. And so I got on the back of the bus. I was sitting in the back, and this girl was sitting there, and you know, I didn't really think anything. It was okay. And her clothes look a little bit dirty, like maybe it was a day or two old. It was hard to tell, you know. And she had on this drab colored shirt, and she had like these military patterned shorts on, and her hair didn't look that clean, but you know, she was a nice looking girl otherwise. But she looked over at me, and she went to talk to me, and of course her eyes looked red, and I don't know if they were red because she was like crying, or red because they were irritated by dust, or if she was just possessed, you know. And I didn't know what was happening, you know. And she looks over at me, and she asked me in Indonesian, probably the worst way to start a conversation. And she just looks over at me and says, "Kamu bule ya?" And I thought to myself, like, what kind of question is that? Of course, you know, it's like, I mean, my eyes don't look Asian, my skin isn't Asian, my hair color surely isn't Asian, you know. And I'm like, and I was like stunned. I wasn't sure how I wanted to answer, like should I tell her just calmly, yeah? Or should I be like suddenly like, oh my gosh, I'm white, oh my gosh. Or or to ask back the simple, but kind of rude question of like, are you chocolate? It's like, I wasn't sure how I wanted to respond. And in the end, I was just like, yeah. And then like the conversation was over. Like, so if she really wanted to talk to me, that was not the way to start the conversation. But these are you see so many different things around Jakarta. And yeah, there's been a lot of memorable things that have happened over the years. Yeah.
This was really memorable. Yeah.
The girl one.
Kamu boleh ya?
No, everyone's not Chinese.
Yeah. Okay.
And what else?
Is there for participant want to ask again? Is about experiences.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Or maybe Mr.
This
Philip?
one.
This
This
one.
one.
Raise your hand.
Raise
Raise
your
your
hand.
hand.
Higher.
Higher.
This one.
There's one back there.
Then just stand up and move forward.
Don't forget to use the mic.
Yeah.
Is there any question, guys?
This one back there. I think someone shares. Raise
Someone
her
raise
hand
your hands.
in the back there.
Raise your hand, guys.
Kinai. Hello, Mr. Phillips.
Hello.
My name is Kirana. I wanna ask you, do you have any funny story while you in Indonesia?
What other funny stories do I have about Indonesia? Let's see. Let me think about that one. Really, my funny ones are normally with transportation. I'll tell you one story that was kind of funny. We find in Jakarta that if you're going a short distance on the Metro Mini, that you can pay a smaller fee than what you're supposed to. And back when I was riding the bus, you were supposed to pay 4,000. And but sometimes we could cheat and only pay 2,000. And so I'd gotten on in Block M, which is the central hub for the Metro Minis, and I was heading out towards this place. And I got on the bus every day. It was always my way to get to work. And I would get off the bus and then walk a block to the office. And so I would get on. I'd have my money ready in my pocket. That way I didn't have to pull out my wallet. No one's going to steal my wallet. Yeah. So I put my money in my pocket, and I pull out and I give him 2,000. And I'd tell him, McDonald's, the cut, yeah, would be always what I would tell them, because, letting them know where you're getting out at, most of the time they'll accept the 2,000 instead of 4,000. And I got on this one day and I gave the money to the guy, and I told him, it's McDonald's, it's close. And he just stopped and looked at me and stuck out his hand, like expecting the full payment. And then he started to chat in Indonesia, going, "Don't you know that the full price is 4,000? You're supposed to," and like he was like scolding me, right? And about how, I wasn't paying him full price. And then suddenly he just stopped. And you could like tell that he was thinking in his mind, like, I'm yelling at an expatriate. This guy probably doesn't even know Indonesian. And I'm yelling at him. He doesn't understand any of this. Why am I yelling at him? He doesn't understand. Whatever. And he turned around and he just walked away. And so in the end, I never did give him the extra 2,000, but I had it ready. So if he had actually insisted, I would have given him the extra. But because he like gave up thinking, he doesn't understand, never mind, I'm wasting my time. So that's probably one of the funny things that I've experienced while being here.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips.
You're welcome.
That's totally funny.
Yeah.
And
Bye.
Now, can I ask you something like, do you you speak Indonesian a little, right? Like,
Yes.
is there any words that you really like? Like, you like that words a lot, Indonesian words.
Um, there used to be a number of phrases, but we don't use them anymore. When I came back in 2006, and maybe you guys know these words, maybe you don't, but I remember them when I first got here, and I found them very unique, and I thought they were fun to use from time to time. Were words like chapede, yeah, you guys remember that one, yeah? Or the other phrase that they use, and they don't use it anymore. It's a dead word now. No one ever uses it anymore. But I always love it. Is manakatehe, yeah, yeah.
How do I know? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know that one. It's like a combination word of bagaimana aku tahu, right? So
Yeah.
so we say manakatehe, yeah. That used to be a really common word in Jakarta back in 2006, yeah. But I still like to use chapede. That one's always a fun one, right?
Use that.
Or the kasihan deh lo, yeah. That's always a fun one. But I also, because my mother-in-law is Batak Toba, and in the Batak there's a phrase they use that I probably use more than anything else is "buh." And if any of you are Batak or know the meaning, it actually has a lot of meanings. It's an expression word. And so, like, if you're surprised about something, it's "buh." But like, if you're angry at someone and you think it's really stupid, you're like, "buh." Yeah. So it depends on the intonation and the look on your face as to the meaning of this word. So it can be like, "oh my gosh," it can be "wow," it can be like, "you're an idiot." It's kind of all wrapped up in this simple sound. Yeah. So I like to use that one a lot also. Yeah.
So you can use it as
Yeah.
And do you have any favorite food in Indonesian?
Oh, there's a lot of favorite foods I have in Indonesia, actually. Even though I'm vegetarian, so like I don't eat any meat. Yeah, so only vegetarian foods. But I love tempeh. I love gado gado. That's always a great. But I also like some specialty things. Like I like oncom.
Poncho.
Like um, I like chombro. You guys know chombro? Yeah, I like that one. I like meat kumak, which is a Batak dish. I like genjer oncom. Okay, I don't know if you guys like genjer or not, but I actually like that one. I like kangkung. What else do I like? Yeah, there's so many foods. There's really a lot of foods that I like. And I do like, and oddly enough, I do like durian, and I also like pate. So nasi goreng pate is good stuff.
Yeah, but
So much, yeah.
Yeah.
I also like those.
and then what the places that you've ever been?
What's
Where in Indonesia? What places that you already visited? As long
Okay.
as you're in Indonesia.
I've been here for a while because I've been in Indonesia since basically December 2005. So that's 16 years now, yeah. And but as a teacher, it becomes a bit difficult to travel if we're teaching. So I've been a bit limited in places that I've been, but I've been to Semarang. I've seen Borobudur. I've been to Surabaya and to the zoo there in Malang. I've been to Kawaputi, which is Cimahi, if I'm not mistaken, up by Bandung. I'm quite frequent to visit Bandung. I go there quite a lot. Um, Lembang also up there is quite nice, strawberry fields. Um, I've been to Pangandaran. That's probably one of my favorites. I love going to Pangandaran. The beach there is beautiful. A lot of nature. I've been to Bali, but very for a very short time. I'd like to go again and kind of explore more. Um, I quite frequently go to Anyar, which is another really nice beach area. So I like going there. Um, I've been to Lake Toba, yeah, because my in-laws are from that area. I've been to Balige, Piso Piso, Taman Iman. I've been to up in the mountains where my father-in-law's village is, which is Barus Julu, which they have these beautiful rolling mountains with lots of orange trees and other things um, that they're selling for vegetables and whatnot. A lot of farming that happens there, but it's very pretty. It's nice and cool. Um, where else have I been? I've been to Cheribon once. That was quite nice. And one of the smaller cities outside of it. I spent some time there for about a week. That was really nice. Where else? I think that's about all of the places I've had a chance to visit. But I would love to see places like Raja Ampat and those kind of places. I love nature. Yeah, so the more the better.
Yeah, Indonesia has so much good place,
Nature, yeah.
They do. Yeah.
So now, because we already asked you so many questions, like
No
so
worries.
so do you have any questions that you want to ask to us? Any questions?
Okay. Um, let's see. How many of you um, read English books every week? How many of you read English books every week?
Not
Okay, I see a
me.
few hands. See a few hands. Okay. Not just your study book, yeah, but like novels or the news or something, yeah? Oh, great. What's your favorite book?
Okay, raise your
What's
hand.
your favorite book?
Yes, Zaha. Zaha, please come forward. Give an applause.
Hello, sir.
Hello. So tell me a bit about what's your favorite book?
So I usually read a lot of books, including like I usually read classical novels. Like, my personal favorite is actually Alice in Wonderland, although the story is kind of strange, but it has a exciting story to it. Like exciting, it has an exciting point to it. I don't know why, but
Hmm.
I think it's like kind of a good story for children, maybe. But other than that, I actually like to read other stories like The Time Machine or The Treasure Island. What is it called? Yeah, it's called Treasure Island.
Hmm.
I remember Through the Looking Glass and like yeah, I usually read like classical stories and children's books. Actually, I don't really. I'm not really interested in like heavy reading like heavy novels because
Mhm.
I'm still learning. So yeah, probably that's it.
Oh, that's good. So who's your favorite character in Alice in the Wonderland?
I'd say the Cheshire Cat because like although he looks like cheeky and sly, he actually like to point the way to Alice. Like He
Hmm.
clues so she doesn't get lost in the way, and she asks about how she's feeling. Yeah, probably him.
That's cool. That's great. Big round of applause, everyone. Wonderful. Thank you.
How about
You have a question for me?
how about your favorite book, sir?
My favorite books. Probably my favorite books to read was the trilogy of the Dark Sword, which was about 3 or 4 books. And when I first started reading them, I thought, oh, I'll never get through the first one. But I found it so interesting that I ended up purchasing all the books and reading them. Very, very interesting book. Looking at a prince that was born without magic in a world that everyone had magic. And so he was kind of condemned for not having magic, and he was supposed to have been killed as a baby, but like one of the people in the palace saved the child and ended up teaching him how to do things to make it look like he had magic, even though he didn't have magic. And then in the end, he ends up gaining his rightful position as prince. And it's an interesting storyline, yeah. But yeah, it's a fun book.
That sounds interesting, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, other questions. How about the biggest debate question of all time? Yeah. Do any of you like pineapple on pizza? Anybody
Yes.
like pineapple on pizza? Okay. We got one that likes pineapple. 2, 3. Nice. I love pineapple and jalapenos. Any of you know what jalapenos are? Anyone know jalapenos? It's a Mexican chili. Yeah, it's spelled with a J, but in Spanish, the J and the H are opposite. So if you see Jose, J-O-S-E, it's actually Jose. Yeah. So instead of jalapenos, we say jalapenos. Yeah. Any of you know jalapenos? Okay. Jalapenos and pineapple on pizza are the best. Give it a try sometime. Yeah. All right. All right. What other trivia questions? Which of you have had the chance to speak with a native person face to face? What was it like? Have any of you had the chance to speak with a native speaker face to face? Okay, I see one hand. Would you like to share your experience? Come forward, tell us about it.
Khadija, okay, please.
Yeah. Hi. Hello. My name is Khadija, and my experience was to an English person. So I used to go to a school with a lot of it was an international school, so there was a lot of English people and Filipino people. There's a lot, all kinds of countries around the world. And to be honest, I grew up in a foreign country, so for me it was quite normal to be speaking to an English person, English native speaking person. Um, but I'm sure for other people who grew up in Indonesia, I'm sure their experience was probably amazing. But yeah, for me personally, it felt normal.
Okay, so which accent or which country accent do you like best in English? What's your favorite?
For me, I grew up knowing the English accent, but I really think the Australian accent is pretty cool.
Okay, you like the Australian, yeah? Nice, nice. Great round of applause, everyone. Good job, thank you. Any questions that you have for me before you go? No, it's okay. All right, let's see. What question should I ask? Have any of you had a embarrassing moment of speaking with someone in English? Have you ever had an embarrassing moment speaking in English? What was it?
Who want to tell?
Anyone? Okay.
Story?
They're in the plaid shirt.
Raise your hands. Just come forward.
Yeah. All right.
Hello, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
My name is Dayu, and I want to tell about my embarrassing stories. It was actually when I was in a supermarket. I was like sitting and like waiting for my mom to finish her prayer in a mosque, and like there's this one Arabian woman came to me and asked me, "Where's Pilot? Where's Pilot?" And I'm like, "What pilot? What pilot? There's no pilot in here. It's a supermarket." And like, "Pilot, Pilot," with she asked that with an Arabian English accent, and she asked it with an Arabian English accent, and it's kind of like confused me. Like, what are you talking about? There is no pilot in here. It's a supermarket, and like,
You keep going. I can hear you. Good.
and like, she asked it in more clearer way, like, kamar mandi, where is it? And then like, oh, toilet, toilet. And then I point the directions of the toilet, and like it's over there, and like she goes over there and says like, "Oh, shukran, shukran," like that, and I said like, "Oh yeah, yeah, thank you, thank you." And I keep thinking about that until now because it's one of the embarrassing things that it's been a long time since I made a fragrance.
Okay. Good. So actually you actually met a foreigner trying to speak English with you and they had troubles with pronunciation, yeah?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're also
But
not.
it's good. You recognized it, yeah?
Thank you.
You recognized it. Thank you. Great. Any question before you go?
I think there's no.
Okay. Good. All right. Let's see. Thank you.
Thank you.
Round of applause. Well done. So even we see that other people from other countries, yeah, they also have troubles with pronunciation and with English also as they travel the world. But she makes a good point that it becomes key even in Indonesia. If we don't know Indonesian, it's good for the person to know English, yeah? Okay. I want to know, any of you interested in studying in a native English speaking country? Anyone interested to study there? Where would you like to go and what do you want to study?
Is there any of you?
Who would like to share? Okay.
Who would like to share? Just go forward.
All right.
Hi, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
My name is Ulia. My name is Ulia, and I would like to study in London. And what I want to learn is chemistry, or yeah, because I think that they are great at chemistry, so I wanted to study there.
Nice. So do you have any practices that you do with the London accent?
Sometimes, but I'm not sure that if I'm good at it.
Okay. So keep practicing now, listening to specifically those from London because they have a very unique accent, yeah? When we listen to them. Can you understand them well or still struggling a bit?
Still struggling a bit.
Okay, so keep practicing, keep listening to podcasts, yeah? Maybe follow the BBC would also be a good thing and listen to some of their podcasts and practice with it, yeah? Good job, keep going.
Thank you, Mr. Philip.
You're welcome. Anyone else? interested to study abroad, and where would you like to go? What do you want to study?
Is there anyone else that wants to share here?
Anyone? All right, we've got a contestant. Anyone coming forward? Ah, there we go. Okay, great.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can.
So, hello, Mr.
Hello.
And to answer your question, yeah, I do interested in learning in what I what I what I think for is I think I want to learn in Australia.
Okay. What would you like to study in Australia?
Because I like their cultures. I like their cultures, like how they speak too. I like their accent more.
Okay, cool. And when you go to university there, any interest in what you want to study when you go?
Any other reason? Because I have a friend there.
Wow, that's great. Do you get to chat with them much?
I met them online and it was like I'm very interested to meet him, but like I never got the chance to.
Okay, well, keep talking with those that are there and continue learning. Great job. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. Should I ask another question?
Yes.
One more? Okay.
Yeah, we would like to.
All right. I want to know, what is your favorite Western food? What is your favorite Western food? Who would like to share?
What is your favorite?
What's your favorite Western food?
Who wants to share it to him? Just come, just come.
All right.
Hello, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
My name is Humay, and yeah, I like hamburger.
You like hamburgers? Okay. What do you like on your hamburger?
The meat.
Just the meat.
Yes.
So like a cheeseburger or an actual hamburger?
Cheeseburger.
A cheeseburger. Okay. And which place do you go to buy a cheeseburger? Where's your favorite place to go for a cheeseburger?
McD.
McD's. Okay. All right. Nice. Okay. Have you ever tried to cook one? You ever tried to make a cheeseburger yourself?
Yes, yes.
Did you do well? Was it as good?
Good, good.
Good. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? You're welcome. Anyone else? What's your favorite Western food?
Anyone else? Just come forward directly.
Hello, Mister. My name is Ray,
Hello.
and my favorite food is Swedish meatball.
Swedish meatballs.
Yes,
Okay.
because there is a strawberry jam, and the taste it's unique.
The taste is unique. Where do you normally buy your Swedish meatballs?
I eat in IKEA.
At IKEA. All right. Very famous place to go and get Swedish meatballs. Nice. Nice. Have you ever tried to make them yourself?
No,
Not yet.
because I don't
You'll
know
have
the
to look.
recipe.
Well, you can look online, I'm sure, and find a nice recipe and give it a try. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mister.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Is there anyone else? Just come forward.
Yeah, the more the better. It's okay. Can be more than one. Come on forward.
Hi, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
Uh, I like fish and chips.
You like fish and chips. And by chips, you mean? What's the meaning of chips?
Sorry, can I repeat? Can you repeat?
You said you like fish and chips. What do you mean by chips? What's chips in Indonesian?
Sorry, not fish and chip, but fish and fries.
Fish and fries. Okay, French fries, yeah? French fries. It's interesting. The reason why I ask, yeah, and you're right to say fish and chips. That's okay. Don't worry. It's the British way of saying fish and French fries, yeah? So we have French fries in American, and we have chips in English, in British, yeah? And they say, for example, in the American, we have chips, and in British, does anyone know the meaning of chips from America, what it is in British? Anyone know?
I don't know.
Now this one, crisps, crisps, yeah? So they call them crisps, Americans call them chips, British call them chips, we call them French fries. So there's a few vocabulary differences, yeah? So fish and chips. Have you ever tried to make your own fish and chips?
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
Where do you normally go to purchase fish and chips?
Fish and Co.
Fish and Co. All right. Very famous place, yeah? Well done. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Who else? Who else? Share with me. What's your favorite? There we go. Come on forward. It's okay.
My favorite Western food is waffle.
Waffles.
Actually, waffle can made by myself because it's not that hard to make it.
Ah, nice.
Yes.
Do you have the equipment to make waffles? Do you have the griddle? The machine that you pour it in and then close?
Yes.
Wow, that's nice. So you can open your own restaurant selling waffles.
Yeah, but not with the electric one, yang
Say again in English, try again. Which one?
yes, yang let's see.
With
I think.
with not with electric.
Not the one with electricity, yeah?
Yes, not yang for selling in mall. Just with yes like that.
Okay, so you roast it on the fire instead?
Yes, yes,
Nice. Well, that can be a nice traditional thing for you to do, yeah?
yeah.
Nice, nice. What do you like to put on your waffle? What's your favorite topping?
Maple syrup and chocolate.
Maple syrup and chocolate. Nice.
Yeah.
Try some cream and strawberries. It's very yummy. Yeah, whipped cream and strawberries next time.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Thank you. Who else? Anyone else? One more. Your favorite Western food?
So my favorite food is hot dog.
Is hot dogs. Okay, and what do you like to put on your hot dogs?
I like the hot dog with the sausage one, and then put the sauce in there.
Which sauces? Which sauces?
Hot sauce.
What do you put with your hot dog? Mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, relish, sauerkraut?
Mustard.
Mustard. Nice. I love mustard. That's a yummy one to put on a hot dog. All right, good. Thank you. Okay, we've got two more eager to get here. Go ahead.
Hi, Mr.
Wow.
Philip.
Hello.
So my favorite food is no. My favorite Western food is pizza.
Pizza. And what's your favorite pizza?
There is Amer- American lovers.
American lovers from Pizza.
There's a flavor in Indonesia. There is a American lovers flavor.
From Pizza Hut.
So there is a mozzarella cheese in there and meat and what mushroom.
And mushroom. What's your favorite type of crust? Do you like the thick one, the thin one? You like
No,
the
the
cheese
thick
in the
one.
crust?
The thick one, and there's mozzarella cheese in there. I like
Wow,
mozzarella cheese so
yummy.
much.
Making me hungry already. Okay, nice. Thank you. Have you ever made pizza on your own?
I already tried to make pizza, but it's fail.
It's okay. Keep trying. Keep trying. Keep experimenting. Good job. All right,
Thank you,
who's
Mr.
next?
Philip.
Okay, guys, I think the time is over.
Okay.
Sorry to say, but the time is over.
But I know you guys really, really excited. But maybe we have another change to ask.
Yeah.
You guys are really excited.
Mm-mm. Oh, do you have advice or do you have any advice for us before we close this sharing session?
I think my biggest advice would be to keep practicing. Always practice. And I would like to ask all of you to notice who is with you in the room, to notice that each and every one of you are interested to learn English, and each person needs support. So support each other the most you can. Don't think of them as being snobbish if they're trying to practice or learn English, but support them and also practice yourself. If you notice in business, I've found here, especially in Jakarta, the best way to get a good working position in the future is a good quality of English. So even though maybe you don't live outside of Indonesia, maybe you're only looking to move to Jakarta, or maybe you want to live in the big cities, Bandung or Surabaya and some of the others, English will give you better positions in life. And so if you want to get further, study and be good at English. Do your best, keep using it.
Thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Yeah, I think time is over. We're so thanks. We're so thankful for your time.
We're so happy to
Yeah,
get so
It was a
many.
pleasure. Thank you.
we really enjoyed these 2 hours. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, hello, it's me again, Mr. Philip.
Hello.
We are so excited that you share your experience, your tips and tricks to learn English and how to practice in every day. And we hope we can meet in person someday. So
Yes,
once
you're
again, thank you so much for your time today.
welcome.
What a great discussion. And I think that's all. We are so sorry for our mistake or for something wrong or for any inconvenience. But you are so great today. Thank you so much. And
Thank
have a
you so
great
much.
day. Have a
It was
great day.
really a pleasure. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, for the all of the participants, I think this the end of our session, the first session, and Mr. Philip, you may leave the room. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Have
Thank
a
you
great
all. Have a great day. Best of luck to you. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Test. So, how's the talk show? Is it
Is it
fun?
good?
Okay.